Extraction stations.
Good luck, everyone.
Hey, let's see what you have for me now. Still Nuremberg. Going straight. Nuremberg. I really like Nuremberg, Königsberg. I like those ships on the flank. You're already on the flank, so see what you're able to do with that. Interesting thing is there's no destroyers in this match. 5 cruisers, 6 battleships, and 1 carrier. So what that means is that there was a lot of battleships in queue because the soft cap on battleships is 5 per game. So there was enough battleships in queue that there was battleships sitting past the time limit. And so then matchmaking decided, okay, we're dumping whatever we can into a match and getting done with it. Clubs on Nuremberg. I would say work on the Pensacola first here, and that's what you're going to start on. The reason I say work on the Pensacola first is because you can angle from the Pensacola and you're going to be pointing, giving absolutely 0 angle to these ships here. You're just going to be giving just a little bit of angle to the Pensacola. He's slowed right down. He's pretty much stopped. A little bit too much angle there, but you had to turn somewhere along the line. There you go. Backing up. And he is past his max range because he just went there. He just shot, but he's dark, so that means you just went past his max range. Because you can only be spotted at your gun range. Now you know that you have more range than the Pensacola. Working on the 4. Fire on him. He's spotted again. Might as well keep shooting. That means you're past the Cavor's range possibility as well. Turning broadside here a little bit, which you're a long ways away from things, so that could be okay, but it's just kind of like, why? If you would have just stayed pointed towards the corner here, back here, you're going to still be getting shots and you're still as safe as you're going to be. So now you're working back in and you're eventually going to have to make another turn. You're giving broadside to this Pensacola, who's already looked at you once before. A little low on that shot. But you're not watching, and this Iron Duke, you're giving broadside to him. He's probably looking at this Omaha. If I were him, that's what I'd be looking at. But I would be watching every so often. I'd making sure that the Iron Duke is not going to be pointing his guns at you. I mean, you have incoming fire alert, but if you watch his turrets a little bit, then maybe you'd have a little bit of advance notice. Start turning away. Yep, here comes a shot and you don't know where it's coming from. It's coming from the Iron Duke. You can just see it over top of his name there. You're still flat broadside to him. He missed. But now he's looking at you. The Omaha's dead. What do you think the Iron Duke's going to shoot at? A broadside cruiser? Or broadside battleship's about the same range? He's going to shoot at you. So I'd be turning away from that if I were you. Shoots again. Good throttle jockeying though. But you're dead still and you move as soon as he shoots and you work. Iron Duke, I believe, can Citadel you with HE, so you do gotta be careful with it. Or might not be the Iron Duke, might be the Queen Elizabeth, might be able to HE. I'd have to go look. Yeah, you're turned away from him, you're kiting. Fire on him, perfect. Knocks your engine out with a splash. I mean, you didn't have to DCP there. I mean, you don't really need your engine. You're at max range. If you want to go dark, you can just stop firing. You don't have to outrun anything. You're in a good spot where you didn't have to use your DCP. But he stopped looking at you, so it's not a bad thing to use your DCP. It's nice having your engine back.
The enemy is about to win.
I mean, this is a tough match because there's no destroyers. So there's no destroyers for you to kill. There's no destroyers for you to support. It's basically a slugfest between a bunch of cruisers and a bunch of battleships. And looks like your team down at sea, they kind of went hard in and got hammered. Basically what's happening up here is they are starting to push here. They've gotten a couple kills, unfortunately, because this guy decided to go ham early on the game as well. The other thing is they had a Leander, which is kind of a stealthy ship and has a smoke, and he went and took B, so just a big slugfest like this is very little, you're a little bit more dependent on your team because there's not little, how shall we put it, there's not little things where a cruiser like Nuremberg can influence as much. You got to burn down big ships, which takes a long time. Whereas if you get close and you support a destroyer and kill the enemy destroyer, that's way more influential in the game. So in this game, yeah, you were probably very dependent on your teams because there's very little a Nuremberg can do to influence a game where there's lots of big ships, all cruisers, all battleships, no destroyers to for you to influence the game on. Other than that, a couple questionable turns, but your aim was pretty good the whole time. Shot selection's good. Picking the right targets. You're paying attention a lot more. So it's good.